Coming up on the Big Ten Women's Sports Report, fueled by Gatorade. Buzzer beaters, triple doubles, breaking records. Just another day at the office for Caitlin Clark, who continues to show why she's a must-see event everywhere she goes. Plus, for decades, she gave everything she had to the game. C. Vivian Stringer gets honored by her former Big Ten programs, who are still in awe of the Hall of Famer. And there are a few who have had such an impact on so many as the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The Big Ten honors the civil rights icon coming up on the show.
You could argue the face of college athletics right now. Caitlin Clark continues to amaze us on a nightly basis.
Caitlin Clark is just unbelievable. Best show on TV. Every time the game is on, we tune in.
Now to Clark. Step back, free at the buzzer. Not again. A game-winning three by you-know-who it is.
You know, Caitlin has ice in her veins. I mean, everybody knows it.
Clark on the floor. There's the pass. There's the assist. Right on cue of Caitlin Clark. Triple-double. Caitlin Clark sees a lot of shirts and jerseys with her.
It's the best one we've seen. My Roman Empire is Caitlin Clark. That is incredible.
Did you see that shirt in the crowd? There's so many signs and shirts. Did you see that one?
I did not see that, but that's a good one.
Clark. No.
Okay, so that is called a foul on the floor.
That's crazy.
Best player on their team that we've seen in a very, very long time, if not ever.
Caitlin Clark taps another triple-double. That's 2 triple-doubles in a row.
Caitlin, go to the WNBA, please.
It doesn't come as a surprise anymore, but it's something that I never want to grow used to.
Obviously, we're lucky that we play with a player like her. She's the best player in the world, so I'm just really proud of everybody.
Crazy.
I believe that with my heart.
The little girls that come to our games, that's what it's all about. You know, at the end of the day, I could have been 3 for 20 and, you know, they probably still would have been screaming and wanting my autograph, and I think that's the coolest thing is you get to inspire them, and that's how the game grows. That's always what I wanted. You know, those are just really cool, special moments that people cherish forever.
After closing out 2023 by claiming the Big Ten all-time assists record, Caitlin Clark rang in the new year with even more show-stopping performances. In a back-and-forth game against MSU, she dropped 40 along with the buzzer beater to walk off the Spartans. Then, going on the road to Piscataway, she goes for 29, 10, and 10 for her third triple-double of the season. And just 5 days later, she walks into Mackey and goes back-to-back, notching her 15th career triple-double. That would set up a primetime showdown with the number 14 Indiana Hoosiers riding a 13-game win streak into Carver Hawkeye, with legendary play-by-play man Gus Johnson on the call for the National Fox broadcast.
Welcome to Iowa City.
Get your popcorn ready. Box office players on both sides. Let's begin with Caitlin Clark.
Now Clark putting it on the deck, splits the defense and gets his first field goal of the night. Clark step back 3. Step back 3 again. Boom. Caitlin Clark. She's found her touch in the gym range for this young lady. Caitlin Clark back. Woo! What a dive.
There is the transition vision of Caitlin Clark that sets her apart from the rest.
And the Iowa fans on their feet. They enjoyed the show.
And so Clark gets her 52nd career double-double as the Hawks improve to 17-1 for the first time in the Lisa Bluder era and the first time since the 95-96 season. But it wasn't all Clark, as her running mate Kate Martin collected her 4th career double-double. But for the 6th-year senior captain, she wouldn't be playing this year if it weren't from a little convincing from Clark and company.
Martin for 3. Swish for Kate Martin.
Money Martin.
She has been an Iowa Hawkeye through and through from the day she was born. And she's been the perfect fit to uplift our culture and keep it where it's always been.
I just grew up around Iowa women's basketball, and I knew that that's where I wanted to be. My family, they were all Hawkeye fans. My mom's from the Quad Cities. All my aunts and uncles still live there. It doesn't hurt that Coach Jay is my aunt.
I'm really glad she came back for her 6th year. It took some convincing. I begged her.
Everyone was just like, Kate, like, please come back. Like, why would you want to start your job now? Like, you have another year to do college. You have another year to be at Iowa. Like, come on, like, there's no better place.
I talked to her, Coach Pluter talked to her, and it was just like, we think you might like regret this, and we don't want you to pass on a great opportunity of getting to play another year, work on your master's degree. And I was like, you can spend time with me.
I would love to say that it was a no-brainer, but I did really take time to think about the decision to come back for my 6th year. I was really concerned about taking away minutes from people who deserved them, but when I thought what my best interest was and what would be best for me, I knew that staying and playing with my best friends for another year, if I had that opportunity, I would be crazy to, pass that up and miss out on that.
She is an amazing leader, one of the best that I've ever been around in coaching all these years.
Hit! Nice. Good job, Sharon. Nice shot.
She has just a great read on people and how they're feeling, and I think that's what makes her one of the best leaders I've ever been around in my entire life. Luckily, she's not just my teammate, she's one of my best friends and somebody that I've been able to lean on for more than basketball.
My sister played college basketball, and she was a great leader, and she said to me, just know that people will never remember how many points you score, but people will always remember how you made them feel. And I think that's something that I've tried to live by.
She's the one that holds us together. She's the one that picks us up when we lose a game and we have a bad practice.
I'm super grateful that that is my role and that's my job, trying to keep people together and keep the team running smooth.
She's somebody that always wants to uplift others. She doesn't care about herself. She doesn't care about her stats. It's always what's best for the team, what's best for us to win, what's best for the Iowa Hawkeyes as a group.
Her legacy is definitely going to be playing in the national championship game. That's going to be part of her legacy. That is a dream that every little girl dreams about, is to have an opportunity to win a national championship, and we were there. She was a captain of that team.
I hear stories all the time about how many people we've brought together because they just love to watch our team. I think that is something so special and something that I don't even understand the extent of it yet, but when I'm older, I'm gonna look back on it and just be super grateful. I was very competitive from a young age. I remember I had a little bit of a temper, a little fire, a little bit of a drive. My dad is a football coach, and he coached me and my brother's sports growing up. I loved being able to bond with him through sports.
She's a coach's kid, so I think it comes naturally a little bit for her because she's seen her dad as a football coach for so many years be that tremendous leader. Younger players learn from Kate how to use their voice. Kate is the loudest voice in practice. Just how important that energy piece is to practice and bringing that energy every single day.
Ball handling with Coach T. Iowa on 3. 1, 2, 3. Iowa!
I try to go in with a super positive mindset, positive attitude, and anything I can do to make my teammates' lives easier. I'm surrounded by great teammates who do that for me as well. So it's not just me, I want to clarify that. Like, I have so many good teammates that, pick me up when I'm down and encourage me.
Kate Martin lays it up and in.
Something about Kate, she sleeps with a blankie every night. Exposed! She's not embarrassed by it. Everybody knows about it. Which is hilarious because Kate's like tough, like mean.
Yes, I still sleep with a blanket every night that I've had since I was a little kid. And I'm not going to tell you its name.
If you ever go in her apartment, on the top of every counter is every hot sauce bottle she's ever emptied.
Like it's decoration. It's insane how many bottles are up there.
Nobody should eat this much hot sauce in their entire life, let alone college.
While I've experienced all of this here in my going on 6 years, I will carry all of these lessons and memories for the rest of my life.
That's what you want from your players. That's the type of joy you want in your program and the type of young ladies that you want to coach.
On three together. 1, 2, 3 together. Let's go.
I think it took a little convincing to get Kate to come back, but I think now that she's here and enjoying it, she knows it was the right decision and she wouldn't change it for the world. I think it's going to be one of the best years of her life.
Saturday, January 27th, Carver Hawkeye will be rocking once more on BTN. Caitlin Clark and the high-flying Hawkeyes host Jazz Shelley and the Nebraska Cornhuskers at 2 p.m. Big Ten women's basketball only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Still to come, she was a two-time All-American and catalyst for the high-powered Maryland offense, but she just made her Lady Lion debut this past week. And C. Vivian Stringer was back on the court at Rutgers to be honored by her two former Big Ten teams for an award a lifetime in the making. Plus, his impact is felt to this day because his message and dream were so powerful. We look at the legacy of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The Big Ten Women's Sports Report is fueled by Gatorade. Gatorade, fuel tomorrow.
Let us not wallow in the valley of despair.
I say to you today, my friends. And so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow,
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up
and live out the true meaning of its creed.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
That all men are created equal.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia,
the sons of the former slaves
and the sons of former slave owners
will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi,
a state sweltering with the heat of injustice,
sweltering with the heat of oppression,
will be transformed into an oasis
of freedom and justice.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day
live in a nation where they will not be judged
by the color of their skin,
but by the content of their character.
I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day,
down in Alabama, with its vicious racists,
with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification.
One day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands
with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers.
I have a dream today.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted,
and every hill and mountain shall be made low.
The rough places will be made plain,
and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of God shall be revealed,
and all flesh shall see it together.
This is our hope, and this is the faith that I go back to the South with.
With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation
into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
With this faith, we will be able to work together,
to pray together,
to struggle together,
to go to jail together,
to stand up for freedom together,
knowing that we will be free one day.
And this will be the day.
This will be the day
when all of God's children
will be able to sing with new meaning.
My country, 'tis of thee,
sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing.
Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride.
From every mountainside, let freedom ring.
And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true.
And so let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire.
Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York.
Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania.
Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado.
Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California.
But not only that.
Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia.
Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee.
Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi.
from every mountainside led freedom ring.
And when this happens,
and when we allow freedom ring,
when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet,
from every state and every city,
we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children,
black men and white men,
Jews and Gentiles,
Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual.
Free at last.
Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
On January 5th, basketball icon C. Vivian Stringer was honored before the Iowa-Rutgers game after being named the 2024 Naismith Outstanding Contributor to Basketball Award winner. In front of the first sellout crowd at Jersey Mike's Arena since 2006, both teams gathered together with the Hall of Famer at midcourt. Afterwards, Coach Bluter in Washington spoke on the woman who led both Rutgers and Iowa to historic heights.
Coach Stringer is, definitely, a legend in our game. Her perseverance, with the breadth of her career and all that she has accomplished, from, taking 3 different teams to the Final Four and being a trailblazer as a woman, but also being a trailblazer as a black woman in this profession, definitely is something that I appreciate and I look at often because her name is her picture is in our practice gym, so I see her every day, and so I get a chance to be inspired by her. And it was really, really special for me to be here tonight and coach tonight with Coach Stringer and Coach Grintz in the building. It was a special day for me personally.
I'm really glad that Iowa could be here on the night that they're recognizing C. Vivian Stringer. As you know, C. Vivian spent 12 years at the University of Iowa. I've always considered C. Vivian a friend, a mentor of mine. I used to work her camps when I was at St. Ambrose and come over to Iowa and work her camps. So it's very meaningful for me to be able to be here to show our respects for her unbelievable contribution to women's basketball at so many places.
Still to come, they were premier players on the pitch, and now they take their talents from Happy Valley to the next level. And the reigning 2-time Big Ten Gymnast of the Year continues to make her mark in the gym and in the record books.
Has space, has the shot deflected, and it goes in the back of the net. It's a goal for Penn State as Ellie Wheeler.
Nine Big Ten players were taken in last Friday's 2024 NWSL draft, with Penn State sending the lion's share to the next level. PSU had all 5 draft registrants taken, shattering the previous program record of 3 in 2016 after their national title run. As they move on, there was a Lady Lion making her much-anticipated debut on the hardwood.
Obviously, you have to talk about Ashley Owusu.
I think bringing in, my experience and my IQ on and off the court, being able to, help my teammates out.
She's a fantastic player. Certainly she can score as well, but that's the next level. That's a WNBA pass.
Being able to talk to them, let them know what I see, let them know what I think could work best.
Playing with Ashley, killing it on the first day back. Man, I'm just so thankful.
Just being able to come in, share my thoughts and opinions and be able to help them win.
Ashley Owusu is and will always be a hooper.
Over in Ann Arbor, Sierra Brooks continues to etch her name into the gymnastics record books. The 2-time reigning Gymnast of the Year broke the Wolverine all-around record with a 39.850 in Michigan's home opener win over Stanford. Number 21 Illinois came out on top in a quad meet win at Huff Hall, highlighted by some career-high scores on the bars. Freshman Destiny Denning nailed a 9.90 score, and then senior Caitlin Ewald followed up with a 9.950, despite not feeling well, according to Coach Walsh. Over in Iowa City, the 23rd ranked Hawkeyes took down future Big Ten opponent number 21 Washington in its season opener at the Extreme Arena. Sophomore Karina Munoz took home 2 event titles in the bars and vault. Monday at 8 in Minneapolis, Maya Hooten aims for another perfect 10 score as the Golden Gophers welcome in the Iowa Hawkeyes for a Big Ten gymnastics spectacular. Only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. After the break, we hit the ice as the top 2 teams in the land squared off over the weekend, where a first in the series history happened. The Big Ten Women's Sports Report is fueled by Gatorade. Gatorade, fuel tomorrow.
Using the speed, Stewart trying to get back, and the save is made by Morgan, but the Buckeyes put the rebound home. Dunn with Wethington falling down. Actually, this is Joy Dunn, and she scores! Hat trick for Joy Dunn! Good job by Nicholson to take it away. Loose puck, they score, Ohio State. Hooked away by Madeline Wethington. Peschel picks up, shoots, and scores! Push this one wide. Hartnett's another shot, and she scores! Just complete and utter dominance here by the Scarlet and Gray this weekend.
Despite not having played a game in over 33 days, the top-ranked Buckeyes showed no rust in a weekend series sweep of the number 2 Gophers. In Game 1, the Bucks blanked Minnesota 7-zip, their largest margin of victory ever in the series history. For the defending national champs and number 3 Badgers, they swept St. Thomas, outscoring them 12-1 to extend their win streak to 5, picking up a pair of WCHA wins. It didn't take long for the Iowa wrestling program to bring home a trophy. The Hawks won the 2024 NWCA National Duels title thanks to the slimmest of margins, 21-20 over top-seeded North Central College. Be sure to follow us on our social media channels as we keep you updated on everything happening from the mat, track, rink, pitch, pool, diamond, and hardwood in the Big Ten. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later.